Hey guys, in this video we are going to be finding the surface area of this Kashi box. This one right here that I'm holding. Well, I know that routine is important, and that's why I eat a healthy breakfast every day. For example, here's some Kashi. Let's find the surface area of this Kashi box. So surface area, you hopefully remember, is adding up all the areas of the faces. So adding all areas of faces. And when we say a face, we mean a side of your object. So here we're talking about a rectangular prism, and there are 6 faces. So I can even make a note that there are 6 faces. Now, there's 2 methods that we talked about for finding surface area, and those are drawing the net and listing the faces. And in this video, I'll go through the listing faces method. Well, let's actually take a second, and we know there's 6 faces, and I'm going to list them all out. Let's list them now. So I have my front and my back, and I'm going to group these together with this little bracket because my front and my back, they're going to have exactly the same dimensions. Their area is going to be exactly the same. In my front and my back, I have my top and my bottom, and it's going to be the same thing for this. My top is the same as my bottom in a rectangular prism. And then I have my left and my right. And these are our 6 faces that we have of a rectangular prism. Now we're going to go ahead and we're going to find the area of each of these faces, and then finally we'll add them all up together, and that'll give us the total surface area. So my front here I know is 8 by 6. Well, I actually kind of jumped ahead because our formula for the area of a square or a rectangle is length times width or base times height. So I want to find those numbers out, and I see that for my front and my back, my base is 8, my height is 10. So I have 8 by 10, and that's 8 inches by 10 inches. And that'll give us 80 square inches, because this is an inch and this is measured in inches. So that's 80 square inches. That's my front, 8 by 10, 80. My back's going to be exactly the same because in a rectangular prism, they're the same. So I know that my back is also going to be 80 square inches. Now my top and my bottom, that's going to use that 2 here and this 8. And this 8 is the same as this 8. I'm just bringing it up. And the bottom, you can think that this side right here is also a small little 2 inches. So that'll be 8 by 2, and in the first one I'll write 8 by 2 inches, but in the second one I'm just going to write 8 by 2. It's the same, our top and our bottom, and we'll get, oh, and I messed up here, that should have been 80 inches. For this I'll get 16, and that's going to be 16 square inches for both of those. And then we have our left and our right. So you can't really see one side of it, but there it is. That kind of helps you. Okay, now we see that our base is 2 and our height is 10. So we know that this is 2 inches by 10 inches, and our right is this one here, 2 by 10. When I multiply that out, I'll get 20 square inches, and I'll get 20 square inches for this. And those are the areas of each of our faces. Now, when we want to find the surface area, it's like, how much cardboard does it take to make this box? And in order to figure that out, we're going to add all of these numbers up. Now, because it's addition, I can add it up in any way I want. You can multiply each of these numbers by 2 as well, but I'm just going to add them up, and I'm just going to write down the integer. So I'm not going to include our units right now, but I will again at the end. 80 plus 80, 16 plus 16, and then 20 plus 20. I can check off like, okay, I have 6 faces here. I wrote 6 faces here, and I'm adding up 6 faces here. That makes sense. And I can kind of group them. I'm seeing that like 80 plus 20 gives me 100. So that's kind of nice and easy to work with if I want to do this work in my head. So I have 80 plus 20, that gives me 100. Here's another set of 80 plus 20, that gives me another 100. And I have plus 16 plus 16, So that's 200, and that'll give us 32. Oh, that's weird. And if I add that up, our final answer is going to be 232. But, of course, we need our units. Now, because we're just talking about area, we know that we're talking about a two-dimensional object, so our units are going to be square inches, and that's the same as it was when we found all of the areas of the sides. And you can think that these all have the same units, so when you add it up, our units are going to stay the same, but our total surface area for this box is going to be 232 square inches. All right, guys, thanks for watching. See you in the next video. If you've watched this one, then go check out the volume of this Kashi box, which is slightly different. See you guys soon.